Hello everybody, I'm Melissa and welcome back to Book Bar and welcome to the start of another vlog. This is going to be the reading as many extra point Realm-a-thon books as I can book reading vlog. I don't know if this will be 1 week or 2 weeks. We'll see. I might do weeks 3 and 4 of Realm-a-thon and how I go into this. So I do have quite an extensive TBR. I kind of want to get to all of them, but that would also be extremely long. So we'll see. But the first book I know I'm for sure reading is Jade City by Fonda. I have already started this. It's a black cover. I think that's the only really bonus prompt because it's not a school setting and it's not, there's no building on the cover. So, but it is that. It is also could be considered a Cassidy fave because it's she gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. And it's over 400 pages, almost 500 pages. So that's good bonus points. So this is definitely one that I will be reading. I've heard fantastic things. I mean, I have already started it. So there's that. Then I will also be reading Blood Mercy by Vela Roth. This is mostly because it is a Cassidy fave. It has nothing to do with, it's not black on the cover. It does not a school setting, and it's not it doesn't have a building. So, but it is a Cassidy fave. So that is why, plus it's long. So good bonus points there. Then I have a couple more things. I really want to read Serpentine Valentine, which hits all of the bonus points because it has a building on the cover, it's got a black cover, and it's a school setting because it's dark academia. So I do really want to get to that. And yeah, plus it's, Giana Darling tends to write longer books, so it's probably over 400 pages, which extra bonus points there. So fantastic. Then I have a couple other ones. I might save this one for Peace Talks, but this is Midnight Mass. It has a black cover, but that's about all that it covers. Although he is in school, so kind of cheating, but that's fine. Then I want to read Black Thorns by Rina. This is the second book in the Thorns duet, Red Thorn duet. I don't even know. I read the first book last month, and I want to read the second book. It has a building on the cover. It's black, mostly black. I mean, she said dark gray counts too. And it's a school setting, so tons of bonus points for this. It's not very long though, so we only get the bonus points because it's only 10 bonus points because it's between 200 and 400 pages. So this is one I think I'm going to get to. I have a ton. We're going to keep going. I have Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. I know this cover is pink, but I also have the audiobook, and I could read it that way, and that cover is black. So could do that. That's the only bonus prompt it would hit, unless it's a school setting, but I don't think it is. So there's that. Then we have A Court is Cruel and Lovely by Stacia Stark. This is a black cover. I believe it's a Cassidy fave, so all sorts of bonus prompts. I don't think it has anything else like school setting or any of that stuff, but it's got fairly big print, but it is longer, which is also helpful. So this is over 500 pages. Then this one, I've heard not great things about, but it is a black cover. It has the word shadow for Team Shadows. There's a building, so it does have some good bonus prompts for it. It has a circus. I don't know if the circus is a school. We'll find out. Then When Villains Arise by Giana Darling. Building on the cover, black, mostly black. I know red pops out, but it is mostly black. It's a special edition. So other, more bonus prompts. Features romance, most of these do. And then the last one is a reread. I do try to reread 1 book a month, and I want to reread A Serpent on the Wings of Night, which, the back is very black and dark gray, and this is, so it's more than 50%, I would say. It is a Cassidy fave, so it could work for multiple things. It is not a school setting though, and there's no building. I have scoured looking to see if there was a building, because there's all sorts of things on here, but no building. But that's okay. But it is Cassidy fave, so, and it's a big boy. So yeah, that is my TBR for this. It is extensive, but we'll see. I am excited for this vlog. It might be really long. It might be really short. who knows? But I'm excited to get going on these books and get some reading in, and really focusing on books that cover prompts for Realm-a-thon, because I have not been, like, I've just been reading what I want to read. And I mean, every book counts towards Realm-a-thon, but these are like really like solidly getting me extra bonus points, which is great. And really thinking about like so I will talk about my prompts that I use them for while reading these. So yeah, or once I've completed them. So that is all I have for now. Stay tuned, and I'll talk to you all in, well, I've already filmed my 25%, so I will talk to you all. You'll see me talking about the first part of Jade City by Fonda. So I'll talk to you all in a minute. Hello, I am 25% of the way through Jade City, and I am having a fantastic time with this. It is already like gruesome and violent, but then there's also, you know, some fun sexual times in it. Not that I care about that, but I'm having a good time. I'm very interested in how this world works and everything. So this follows a family who are part of a, wow, I need to clean my room, who are part of a clan that wield Jade, which Jade just makes you more powerful. And their grandpa is like the leader, but he's kind of old, and so it's the three like grandkids that are taking over, and they have a rivalry with the Mountain Clan. And yeah, I am just having a great time with this. I am terrible at giving fantasy synopses, so I'm not going to be doing great about that with this, but I am loving it. It is a black cover. Sadly, this does not count as like a Cassidy fave because she didn't love this one, but I ask her, because I know in the past it's been whole series, but I need to ask her if it's like just a book specific. I'll ask her, but it's a black cover, so it works for this week's vlog. Or I don't know if it's a weekly vlog. This vlog for Realm-a-thon. This might go till the end of March, but yeah, I'm having a great time with it. I'm excited to continue. It's a chunky boy. I am reading it very slowly. I'll read like 25 pages and then like stop, because it's just, but I also don't know if that's the way to go. I might just have to like binge the whole thing, but I am like listening while reading along. So maybe like I might like, maybe for this next part, I'll like read physically and then, or I'll just listen to the audiobook and see like which way is like better for me. Because there are some books that like I take in the book better when I listen to it audibly. And there are some books that I take in it like it's better for me if I read it physically. So I might like do a combo, like switch for this one for a little bit, just to see if it helps, like which way I get through it faster, or not faster, but like I'm taking in more, because I feel like I understand what's going on. I just feel like there's like stuff I might be missing. So because when I read and listen along, I tend to speed it up really fast because my eyeballs go faster than my ears. And so I speed it up, but then sometimes I feel like I'm missing parts because, yeah. But when I just listen, I have it slower. And when I just read, you know, obviously I read at whatever speed I read at. But when I just listen, I like slow it down a little bit. So maybe like that might be why. So I'm going to see which way goes better for me, because I've tried like reading and listening on like 2 times speed, and I just get like antsy. Like I feel like I'm not going fast enough because I know I can read physically faster. So yeah, I don't know. It's problems that people probably don't have, but I do. So I'm going to go and continue this, but I'm just popping in to say I am having a great time and I'm excited to continue, and that's what I want to go do. So I've been trying to like time block my days. I do start my job next week, but I've still like, it's not a job that I'm like passionate about and want to work in the field forever. I'm working at Starbucks. So, but it's a job, it's money, it's something. So I need to like, I've been trying to time block my day. So I spend like an hour working on like social media stuff, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, like those things. I try to work on those. Although who knows, TikTok might go away. But I try to spend an hour working on that a day, like an hour at a time, not a day, an hour doing that, and then like an hour reading. Because technically, I mean, I don't get paid for it, but I'm considering like reading as like my job for now. Because it's, you know, I do want to get into like the author space, which I did announce on my Instagram that I have opened up author services. So hopefully that leads to some stuff. I know it's slow going. There are a lot of people wanting to do the same thing. So yeah, but I am really excited about what the future holds. But then I still spend an hour reading, and then I spend an hour like job searching and applying for jobs that are more in like the corporate world. Because yeah, if I don't get an author job, like my dream would be to be part-time, like at Starbucks, so I get the benefits and all of that. And then like work full-time as like an author assistant or something, and have like multiple clients and work that way. But that would be like my ultimate like dream job. But I just don't know if that's possible. There are a lot more, probably more qualified people than me, but I did do a course. I have a certificate saying like I've taken this course on author. I am an author, could be an author's assistant. I've done this. So yeah, I don't know how I just rambled for 5 minutes, but I did, because that's just what I do. So yeah, I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you all in the next one. I am 50% of the way through Jade City by Fonda, and I am really loving this. I know at like the 25% mark, I said I needed to kind of figure out what worked best for me, and I think reading it while listening is a little bit better, but I have slowed down the way, like the speed I'm listening to, because like a romance audiobook I could listen to at 3.25 speed while reading it and not miss a beat. But I think I was missing a little bit too much with it being like 3 times speed, because I'm just not as like, I just don't understand the world as much. And like what's happening as much in a fantasy as I do in a romance, which is totally fine because I am a romance reader at the end of the day. So, but I really am enjoying this. I don't know why people love Hilo. Maybe it changes as we get on going. But right now, I would say the sister's my favorite, or the kid in the school. I don't know. And I know like they're both like, they're not really part of it yet, but I think they're like my favorites to like read about so far. So we'll see. We'll see how that continues to play out as the books go on. But yeah, I'm excited to continue. I am going to go, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Hello, I am 75% of the way through Jade City by Fonda, and holy crap, this is insane. Like, there is so much political maneuvering happening, and I mean, essentially, it's like mafia war without the romance that I love. But I mean, there is still like a little bit of a romance. There's a couple in here. Don't know how great they are together, but you know, it's okay. It happens. But yeah, I don't know how to do this without doing spoilers, but something major happened that actually made Hilo a lot more prominent than he was originally, and brought his sister back into the fold. And yeah, it's wild, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm gonna go so I can continue enjoying it. And I don't really have a lot to say because I suck at talking about fantasies. So I'm gonna go, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Good morning. Last night I finished Jade City by Fonda, and I'm giving it 4.5 stars. I had a great time with this, and I cannot wait for what is to come. This book is brutal in like all the best ways and fantastic, and I loved it. I'm so glad that I read it, and yeah, I'm excited to continue. I know that it just gets more and more brutal, and the final book will probably have me in tears, dying, crying, because there was a couple times in this I wanted to tear up, especially with everything that happened with the cousin, Andon, and his like graduation type ceremony. Yeah. And like how Hilo reacted to that. So yeah, crazy, fantastic, loved it. Like I said, definitely enjoyed it. 4.5 stars because I like, well, obviously it's the first book, so I could see get it going up from there. Like it wasn't like the perfect book or anything, but yeah, I had a great time with it, and I'm excited to continue. But yeah, so this book will get me quite a few points. I guess I should probably figure that out, but it is a black cover, and I did look, and it is a Cassidy fave. So I will probably at the end, like at my wrap up of this vlog, talk about how many points each book is worth after I've like gone through and all that. But yeah, definitely fantastic. And I mean, black cover, so we get bonus points. There is a school. Like part of it is set at a school. So I mean, I think you could count that for a school setting, possibly. I should look. I'll look at the frequently asked questions and see if anyone has asked that. So yeah, but I'll go over it at the end, like I said. But yeah, that is all I have for now. I will talk to you all when I've read another book. I'm here because I am 25-ish% of the way through Blood Mercy by Vela Roth, and I'm bored. It's just a lot of political maneuverings and machinations, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It is Leo and Cassia, and Leo is a Hesperine, which is a vampire-like creature, and Cassia is a human, and she's the bastard daughter of the king, and yeah, they meet in secret at night, and yeah, that's about all I have so far. It's just a lot of like, because he is a Hesperine, which is like a vampire-like creature, he's not really welcome, but they're doing this solstice where they're trying something new. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it continues, if it picks up. But yeah, I'm 25% of the way through, and I'm just kind of bored. So I'm gonna go and continue. I'm wondering if, because I'm like reading multiple things, like maybe I need to put a pause on this and like read the other books I'm reading and then come back to this one, or yeah. So I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna go, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, good afternoon. I am 50% of the way through Blood Mercy by Vela Roth, and I'm enjoying it a little bit more now than I was. We're getting more into like the nitty gritty and like understanding what's going on in the world. It took a good 25% for once, but after my last update where I said I was bored, I really have just been reading this and like focusing on this, and it's definitely helped. So yeah, I am enjoying it. Cassia and Leo are spending a lot more time together. We're learning more about like Cassia's past and her family and how awful her father truly is. And yeah, Leo did do some shady stuff, but I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna go so I can continue, and I will talk to you all when I get to 74%. Hello, good evening. I am only 70% in, but I am ready to go to bed, and I just want to cuddle up, curl up, grab my Kindle, put my audiobook on, and just be immersed with the lights off into the book. So, Blood Mercy by Vela Roth. I am 70-ish% of the way through, and this book has gotten so good. We had a blood drinking scene, and I like that. To me is so much sexier than just like straight sex, and I loved it so much. It was such a good scene, very much like the scene in Serpentine on the Wings of Night that like just I like feel it, like that's part of why I love vampires sometimes, is like scenes like that just are like, they're so hot. Love them. So yeah, could I tell you much about the world? No, probably not, but I do know the king sucks, and the Hesperines are worried, and they're like about ready to leave, and Leo is concerned because he doesn't want to leave Cassia, obviously. So yeah, that is all I have for now. I'm gonna go so I can finish this book or I might not finish it tonight, but I'll finish it sometime soon. And I just want, like I said, I just want to cuddle up in bed, get in bed, turn the lights off, and be like immersed in Blood Mercy. So I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you all when I finish. Hello, I have finished Blood Mercy by Vela Roth, and I'm giving it 4 stars. It was a good start to a series, and it did not end the way I thought it would. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens and how it all plays out, because right now they're separated, and I don't know when they'll get back together or how they'll get back together, but it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and definitely excited to continue the series. But yeah, that is all I have for now. Don't really have much else to say, because again, I'm trying to keep this vlog as spoilery free as possible. So yeah, I'm gonna go, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, I am like 100 pages, which is like around 25% of the way through Thorns by Rina, and this is the second book in this duet. So I can't say a ton about it, but I did just want to talk about it because it is a black cover. It, I believe, is a school setting, or at least the first book was a school setting, so I'm hoping it is. It has a building right there on the back. You can see it. Plus, I think like the overarching, like this is the building part of, but it's only part of a building. So, but there is like, you can see like the skyline in the background, which is buildings. So yeah, plus the back is very clearly a building, like it's a house, so, or an apartment complex. But yeah, this follows Sebastian and Naomi, and it takes place, like, it starts up right after what had happened at the end of the first book. And then and it's mostly been told from Sebastian's point of view. There's been very little, and from the and from Akira, who is like the third point of view. I feel like I vlogged reading this first book too. Oh, I did. It was for my football romance vlog. I'll put that out there. But yeah, so I vlogged reading the first book, so I figured I might as well vlog reading the second book. But this picks up pretty much right after the first book. And this follows, so this has mostly been told from Sebastian's point of view and Akira, who is Naomi's pen pal. But if you know what's going on, you know that Naomi hasn't been able to write back to her pen pal. And then, like, something happens, and now she's essentially on the run. But yeah, I am enjoying it. I think I'm liking it a little bit more than the first one, but I looked at some reviews and I'm a little nervous. But I did say, like, the first one's rating was really going to, or how I ended up rating this one would overall affect, like, how my rating in the end was for it. But yeah, I'm having a good time with it. And I'm gonna go so I can continue, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, I am 25% or 50% of the way through Thorns by Rina, and I'm not loving it. I think I mentioned in the first clip that there was a time jump. 7, maybe there wasn't yet, but there's been a time jump, 7 years from what had happened. And Naomi is now married to Akira, her pen pal. What the hell? And Sebastian is still thinking about her, and I believe there's going to be some cheating happening. So, I don't know. I'm going to finish it because it's not crazy long, and I need to decide, like, how I feel about it overall, because if I give it 3 stars, I'll keep it for a little while, just because it is a special edition. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to go, and I will talk to you all. Also, this is not a school setting anymore, which sucks, but that's okay. But I'm going to go, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, I finished Thorns by Rina. This took me entirely too long to read for it only being 366 pages. But I'm giving it 3 stars. It was fine. The ending was a lot more interesting than, like, so the beginning was interesting because it takes place right after the first book. The middle, like, was a slog. Like, it was so boring. And then the last, 25% was a lot more interesting because you're finding out things and everything. But yeah, do know this book deals a lot with cheating and there is like some homophobia in it, and I don't know. I don't know that I'll keep it. It is a special edition, but I just didn't love it, so I think it's gonna go. But yeah, 3 stars, it was fine, and I will go over all of the things about it at the end. So yeah, that is all I have for now. I will talk to you all when I've read another book. Hello, good evening. I am 25% of the way through Blood and Steel by Helen Schurerer. This is like a big buddy read on Cassidy. It covers with Cassidy's Patreon, so it kind of works for this vlog. It's also a black cover, so it is perfect for this vlog, 2-week vlog. I feel like it's gonna end up being, but this follows Wilder, Hawthorne, and a girl named Althea, or Thea. And we met Wilder in Slaying the Shadow Prince, which I absolutely loved when I read that earlier this month. And Wilder is a war sword, so he's like the top of the, like, he's like the best in the society. And this girl, like, women are not allowed, in Thesmar, women are not allowed to wield weapons because of some prophecy. And Thea doesn't agree with this. She wants to be a war sword. She wants to wield a weapon. And so she gets caught with a weapon. She has one that she was given from a former war sword. And she gets caught with a weapon and is then, then she's helped, like, people are convinced to allow her to go with Wilder to the kings and queens and, like, convince them that she should be, like, women should be allowed to train. So they've gone on a little adventure together, and it's been so good so far. There was a little bit of a, like, one bed, like, sleeping together, and then, like, to keep warm because it was cold. And then there was a moment where she was, like, really dirty, and he gave her, like, his shirt. It was just adorable. And where I ended, I have a feeling like we're gonna get like a only one horse trope, which I do love. So yeah, I'm excited to continue, and I'm gonna go do that. So I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Hello, good evening. I am 50% of the way through Blood and Steel by Helen Schurerer, and I am enjoying it. Why do I feel like I don't remember anything that happened? I just read it. But basically, she's just been training. They've just been training with the war swords, or not the war swords, but the other, like, cadets, basically. And now they have a thing where the, like, 3... I can't even remember what they're called, but 3, like, cadet type people are going to get to be working with the 3 war swords. Like, each war sword is going to basically take an apprentice under their wing. And yeah, Wilder basically told Thea that it would not be a good idea for him to train her one-on-one, but she's starting to think, like, well, maybe he is the right choice. So yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying it though. So I'm gonna go so I can continue. And I'll talk to you all when I get to 75%. Hello, good morning. I am 75% of the way through Blood and Steel, and things are getting wild. Although I feel like I'm just ready for Wilder to get his head out of his ass. And yeah, like, you know, they like each other and they want each other, but he's being so stubborn, and it's very annoying. So yeah. But I mean, I understand why. Obviously, like, they're in the middle of a war with the Shadow Wraiths. And yeah. But Thea did get, like, her and her 2 best friends, Kip and Cal, got to go to, like, the main city, and she had to deliver something to the king, and he gave her this like coin that basically said like she could go anywhere in the realm or in like his territory and use that coin, and it would get charged to his account. So like her and her friends had like a fun night at this tavern that Kip had been talking about, and like nobody thought it was real. Cal and Theo were just like, okay, but Kip was being serious about everything. So it's been cute so far. I like that. Their friendship is very, like, I really enjoyed the friendship. And even though like Cal tried something, like he like kind of flirted with Thea for a minute, nothing happened from that, and like he didn't get mad, which I appreciated. Like he was like, I know. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if it's gonna be a 5-star like Slaying the Shadow Prince was, but I'm still really enjoying it. Mostly just because this isn't a standalone. Like Slaying the Shadow Prince was a standalone in the world. I am gonna go so I can keep reading and finish this hopefully today, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, good afternoon. I have finished Blood and Steel by Helen Schurerer, and I'm giving it 4.5 stars. I had a fantastic time with it, and I'm like that ending. I'm so excited to continue, and I honestly think I will probably be picking up the next book like ASAP because it was just so good, and I loved it. I don't really have much to say, just because like I don't want to do spoilers, but yeah, it was fantastic, and definitely like if you like fantasy romance and you like training scenes and things and secrets coming to be, and like secrets coming out and like learning things about that, then this book is for you. So yeah, I had a great time. I enjoyed it, and I will talk to you all when I read another book. Good afternoon. I am 25% of the way through Serpentine and Valentine by Giana Darling, and I have no words. It's so good. She just writes so beautifully. And even though this like first 25% is very tough, her writing is just very like pretty. So obviously this is a Medusa retelling, and it is dark. Like there is essay on page in the beginning, and then which I knew going in, it doesn't have content warnings in the audiobook. I didn't look in the ebook. I should look, but the reason I'm listening to the audiobook and kind of like skimming along, like when I pick up the book, but for the most part I'm just listening. I was working on a puzzle earlier, but I listened to the audiobook because Giana Darling herself recommended it. She said normally she doesn't say to read the audiobook. To listen to the audiobook, she does audiobooks, but she's not normally like, the audiobook's the way to go. She said at Sweetgrass, the audiobook is the way to go with this one. So I'm going to take the author's recommendation and listen to the audiobook. But, it is like, so this follows Lex, who at the beginning of the story thinks that she is openly lesbian, and she has told people this, and she's like been working with this professor and like getting to know him, and like thinking that he's going to offer her this prestigious role as his like associate, basically assistant for the year. and he ends up assaulting her and leaving her in the woods. And when she goes to confront him, she basically blacks out in rage and attacks him. And nobody believes her because he found someone to like lie for him. And nobody believes that he was the one that did this because he's this very popular professor on campus. He's a gorgeous man. Like, nobody believes her. Everyone believes that he just didn't offer her this position, and so she decided to call rape, which is not what happened, obviously. And so she decides she's going to get back at the president who did not believe her, who was a female, and this professor. And the way she's going to get back at the president is through her daughter, Luna, who is kind of like queen bee on campus, head of the hockey team, of the field hockey team, captain of the hockey team's girlfriend, like very prominent on campus. And she's like, I'm going to get back at them and do this. And yeah, it's interesting. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a great time. Like really enjoying it. So I'm going to go because I want to keep reading. And yeah, this will be great points for Realm-a-thon because it's a black cover, it's a school setting, and has a building on the cover. So I actually was telling Giana darling that at Sweetgrass, and she's like, oh my gosh, you have to read it. It's like, I do. So yeah, I am loving it though. It is very good. And yeah, I don't understand, like, I am a straight woman. I don't find other women attractive. I mean, not in that way. I have nothing against, and, I'm very much, I agree, love is love, but I personally don't find women attractive. But I don't understand why people don't, like, why straight women can't read sapphic romances. It doesn't make sense, but you have no problem reading a male-male romance. When sometimes I feel like male-male romances can be fetishized a little bit. So, I don't see a problem with it. Like, it's just like reading black romance. I might not understand that. I'm never going to, lessen my rating for a black romance or some sort of other, BIPOC that I, like, marginalized community that I don't understand. I'm never going to rate a book down for not, like, seeing myself in that. Obviously, I see myself more in white cis het romances, obviously. There's nothing wrong with that. But I also don't have a problem reading diversely and reading a romance between two women, especially like when it involves healing and revenge. I love a good revenge story. So yeah, do know there is slight cheating going in this, so I did not know that, and I don't love cheating in romances. So no matter who's getting cheated on or what's happening, but do know there is cheating. So I don't know how long the cheating is going to last or what's going to happen, but there is slight cheating. So yeah, I have now talked for 6 minutes. I don't know how. Kind of went on a little bit of a rant there, but I'm going to go, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Hello, I am 50% of the way through Serpentine Valentine by Giana darling, and I'm having a great time with it. Lex is now with her sisters. She has become like vigilante, we support women's wrongs. They're getting back at men who have harmed women some way. But she's coming up with some alibis, getting away with it, and we're loving it. But yeah, I'm having a great time with it. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm excited to continue. So that's what I'm gonna go do because, also things are getting hot and heavy between Luna and Lex. The cheating didn't last too long. Like, one more thing happened, and Luna went to her boyfriend and was like, I'm not sure I'm straight. So, and he was very supportive of her. So I am interested to see how that relationship plays out because he still wants to be like friends with her. but we'll see because Lex is kind of like the school pariah. So we'll see how that relationship plays out in the end. But yeah, I am having a great time with it, and I'm going to go so I can continue. And I'll talk to you all when I get to the next chicken. Hello, good morning. Last night I finished Serpentine Valentine. I know I didn't do a 75% update because I was already in bed and just wanted to keep listening and get it and finish this book because I absolutely loved it. When it came out about the revenge that Lex had on Luna's mom, and Luna obviously being upset about it, it all made sense. It was just such a fantastic book. The way that it all came out, all the, horribleness came to be, it was just fantastic. I loved it so much. And that epilogue, pretty solid epilogue. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, giving it 4.5 stars, just because there were a few things I could have done without, but I mean, Giana Darling knows how to write a damn book. So yeah, that is all I have for now. I don't know if I'll read anything else. And I will, like I've been saying, at the end, I will go over how many points each book is worth. But this one definitely had a black cover, a building on the cover, and a school setting. So all sorts of bonus points. But yeah, that is all I have for now. I will talk to you all when I have another book or an update or anything. Hello, I am 25% of the way through A Court This Cruel and Lovely by Stacia Stark, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's interesting. I have some theories that I'm not going to say because I don't want to do any spoilers or anything, but I do have some theories about some stuff. So this follows Priska, something like that, and Lorien. And Priska is in her society, in her village. When they're babies, their magic is given up to the gods, and then when they turn 25, they can they get part of their magic back. Well, turns out that she did not give up any of her magic. She still has it, and she actually knows this. But she's not 25 yet, so she's okay. Until one day someone discovers that she has magic, so she has to run away, and she ends up being captured, kind of saved, working with these mercenaries. One of those is Lorien, who she does not like, and he does not like her. And so you know where things are gonna go. Only one horse. He's training her. All the fun stuff. It really is just very tropey. It's fine. It is kind of weird. The language, at one point she said mercenary's gonna mercenary, weird, but very popular language, slangy language for nowadays, which doesn't ever really age well. So I'm intrigued as to how that's gonna go. But yeah, I'm having a good time with it. It's easy popcorny read. It's nothing. It's not gonna be a book that I'm oh my god, this is a new absolute favorite. Everyone needs to read it. But I'm having a good time with it. And I'm sure it'll be just a fun, it's just a fun time. Which sometimes that's what my brain needs. And lately I've kind of been slumping. And so it's perfect, just easy. A lot of times with fantasy romances, I like to read and listen. But I'm having no problems just listening to it. I'll pick up the book when I have some time. I'm having a good time, being able to do other things while listening to it. So yeah, that is all I have for now. I'm gonna go so I can continue listening to this, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Hello, I am 50% of the way through A Court This Cruel and Lovely, and I'm just having a good time with it. I'm just vibing, enjoying it, working on my blanket, and having a good time. So basically, Priska and Lorien were traveling together. Obviously, he's a mercenary. She is she learned what she is. He also has been working with the Fae, which her people have all been told are awful. But she's learning that maybe the king is actually awful. And yeah, I still have my theories on who Lorien is. Not going to say because I don't want to spoil anything, but Priska and Lorien have separated because she found her brother, and now they have infiltrated the castle and are trying to get a couple people out. Obviously, her and Lorien are going to cross paths again because it is a romance. So I know that something's going to happen. Sounds like he's going to try to infiltrate the castle also. So they could meet up there. Who knows? But yeah, I'm just having a good time with it. Like, is this going to be a book that I think about for years and years to come? No. But is it a fun time? Yeah. Is it like, it's probably going to be like 3-4 stars, but it's like a good 3-4 stars, not like I'm bored 3-4 stars. It's just like based off like writing and things. Like, it'll be a book I recommend because it's like, if you're looking for a popcorn easy read, like it looks chunky, but like the formatting of this book is crazy. Like, it's really not that bad. I mean, like I said, it's a great, like, I've been vibing listening to it, fully following along and like understanding the world and what's happening while listening and not reading along. So yeah, I'm having a good time with it, and I'm gonna go so I can continue listening, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Good evening. I am 75% of the way through A Court This Cruel and Lovely. I am just absolutely immersed in this story and what is happening. It's got a lot of court politics and all of that fun stuff, which is fully what is going on right now. Priska is currently still infiltrating and trying to save her friend from the dungeons, and her and Lorien has now infiltrated the I don't know. I'm still confused. I mean, I don't think he's lying about who he is. I think he really is what he's saying he is to Court. So, yeah. But he is helping her, but they still hate each other. Like, they just cannot, like, they have a lot of fun banter, which I love a good bantery moment. So, it is a very slow burn because we're 70%, and they've kissed like once, maybe twice, and that's it. I mean, they've like dreamt about each other and things, but yeah. Also, I just love how like this cover is stunning. Like the back, I love it. I love it. But yeah, I'm having a great time with it. I don't really have much to say other than it's good. I'm having a good time. I don't think this will be a book for everyone, but it's a book that I'm enjoying, so yeah. I'm going to go so I can continue, and I will probably finish it and update you all tomorrow. Good morning. I finished A Court This Cruel and Lovely this morning, and I'm giving it 3.5 stars. I called it. I knew exactly who Lorien was from the beginning. I guess it is it goes with the genre and like with what the book was. Like, it was just obvious who he was from the beginning. Yeah. 3.5 stars because it was just predictable. But again, it was just a good time, and I'm excited to continue. I will keep reading. It was just fun. I enjoyed it, and yeah, I don't have anything new to add to the conversation of this story because it really was just chock full of tropes and everything. But I don't know. In a way, Powerless, that was chock full of tropes and everything. That one felt more accurate just because, there were things in this that felt like the author was writing a historical book. I mean, which most fantasies was writing a historical book in 2023. And was using 2023 language and trying to write a book based in historical times. So, yeah. I don't know. I had a good time with it, though. It was just, is this a book that's going to change someone's life? Probably not, but I had a great time with it. And yeah, solid amount of points. It's 550 pages, so chunky boy, black cover. I'm pretty sure Cassidy gave it 4 stars, so I'll have to go look at her Goodreads. But yeah, so pretty solid amount of points. Again, I will go over that all at the end, but I am reading 2 more books for this. I am always reading multiple books at a time, so I have 2 books that I'm currently in the middle of that I will be updating with. But, I mean, it is getting to, we're on the 30th, so I got 2 days to finish these last 2 books. So, I mean, they'll be easy. One of them's an audiobook. Easy to do. The other one's an arc that I'm almost done with. So, actually, technically they're both arcs, but it's fine. I am going to go and read my other 2 books, and I will update you all when I have one. Hello, I'm 25% of the way through Heavy is the Crown by J.A. George. This is the second book in the Gothic Grove series. They're like, each book follows a different couple, but you should really read them in order, just because you do kind of see the couples. So this is the second book, obviously. This follows 3 characters, Drago, Shadow, and Ava. And you know from the first book, which I got an arc of the first book, and I also got an arc of the second book. I'm on J. George's arc team, so that is why. But you know from the first book, Gothic Grove, that there is history between Drago and Shadow. They are stepbrothers. And there is a history there. And then there's something going on with Ava also. So this book takes place this book starts before the events of Gothic Grove. So you see a young, like 16-year-old Shadow when he's first coming into power with his dragon. And then you see him meet Drago and them becoming stepbrothers and their undeniable chemistry and attraction to each other. And even though Shadow knows that his father would not approve, he cannot deny his feelings for Drago. And then you also see on like the other side, you see Ava just wanting to kind of be more than just a princess and wanting to actually be treated like a human. And that has not happened. And then like there's a little bit of a time jump and like a couple years, and something happens to Shadow and he is sent away, and Drago spends that time trying to get him back. And things don't go great, especially upon their reunion. And then Ava runs away because her parents are terrible and we're trying to make her marry someone. And yeah, so now and Shadow has now rescued Ava from something, and they know that they're fated mates, but like the 3 of them are fated mates. Although Drago and Ava have not met each other, but Drago and Shadow are mates and fated mates, and Ava and Shadow are also fated mates. So obviously the 3 of them are going to end up being fated mates, all 3 together. So yeah, it's interesting so far. I'm intrigued as to what is going to happen as I continue. Because yeah, you knew like in the first book, that there was something going on with them that we weren't privy to. But yeah, I am excited to continue. I'm having a good time with it, but I'm gonna go so that I can continue, and I'll talk to you all when I get to 50%. Good evening. I am 50% of the way through Heavy is the Crown by J.A. George, and I'm obsessed. I'm loving it. I knew I would love Drago and Shadow and Ava, and I am. Like, they are just the perfect beings. Shadow still, like, won't accept that they're mates. That all 3 of them are fated. But, like, it's getting harder and harder to do. And there's only, like, so now we've gone, like, part 1 all was, like, before the events of Gothic Grove. Now, part 2 is, like, everything that's happened after. They had a deal where they were going to be together for 3 months, like, live together for 3 months and be around each other. And that is drawing near the end very quickly. And he still will not accept the mating bond. And Ava has revealed that if she doesn't, like, mate with her mates, her magic will, like, run out and it could potentially kill her. And she's getting dangerously low on her magic. So, yeah, it's wild. It's wild. And Shadow thinks, like, the two of them, that Drago and Ava should just mate and leave him be. But they don't want to do it without all 3 of them accepting the bond. So, yeah, it's really good so far. And I'm having a great time. And I'm going to go because I want to read and watch Dodgers baseball, which is what I'm doing. So I'm going to go and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, good afternoon. I am 75% of the way through Heavy is the Crown by J.A. George, and all 3 of them have finally accepted the mate bond. And yeah, we learned that Jackson, Ava's brother's ex-boyfriend, is behind all of the, like, horribleness that is going on and trying to capture Ava because he wants her to be his wife. And yeah, obviously then Drago and Shadow had to accept her and, like, realized that she is safer if they have bonded. So yeah, but I'm having a great time with it. It is a spicy book. And yeah, I'm just loving it, having a great time. I knew I was going to love it, and I'm excited to finish it off. So I'll update you all when I am at the end. Hello, good morning. I finished Heavy is the Crown by J. George last night. I'm giving it 4.5 stars. This series is supposed to, each book is supposed to have an HEA for the main characters, whether it be a couple or a throuple or whatever. And this throuple, I feel like, didn't get an HEA. Like, we didn't see them all together at the end. So I'm very confused. And I mean, I had a great time with it. I really enjoyed it. I think that it's a great, like, paranormal romance. It's fun. It's easy. It's very popcorny. But I just felt like I didn't get the HEA, and I'm confused. So yeah, it's 4.5 stars for now. If, like, the author comes back and says, like, there will be a second story, which I feel like there is a lot of loose thread. I mean, I know obviously, like, there's an overarching plot. And so, but I don't feel like we set up another couple or any type of romantic relationship in this book. So I feel like this has to be a, like, part 1 of their story. And part 2 will have to be coming in the future. I need to go through and, like, read what I've been given because it was an arc, and see if I'm missing something. And yeah, but for now, 4.5 stars. I enjoyed it. And I definitely think you should read at least the first book, and then, you know, move on to the second book eventually. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. As with the last one, the last, like, 25-30% is just, like, go, and you don't want to put it down. And that's how I felt with this one too. So yeah, I had a good time with it. I enjoyed it. I knew I was going to love Shadow, Ava, and Drago, and I did. I'm just nervous. So yeah, that is all for now. I will talk to you all when I have another book. Hello, I am 25% of the way through Worth Every Second by Jocelyn Soto. I got the ALC from Forever and Always PR. And the book itself is good, but the audiobook is not great. The male narrator, when he does the female voice, is very grating. Very grating. Female narrator's great. Male narrator could use a little work on his female voice. But it's fine. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. So this follows Hunter and Selena. And Hunter, in the prologue, Selena is abused as a child. And it's not her father. I don't know who it is. She doesn't say, it just says she doesn't like to be at this house. And she goes upstairs and has to take her pants off. So, yeah, that's not great. But you could probably skip that chapter. I mean, I don't know how much it'll play into the book as it goes on, but for now, you probably could skip the prologue. But, so at the beginning, Hunter is going to this party to see his girlfriend, who happens to be cheating on him with his best friend. So he goes home and is like doing some Google searches, and as one does, and ends up on this app where you can like share pictures, sexy pictures of yourself, to like get confidence. It's a confidence booster. So he does, and he gets this comment from this girl saying that she doesn't think he's real. And so things go from there. And he's like having text conversations with this girl, Sinful. His name is Hun. His name's Hunter. Yeah. They're conversing back and forth throughout the day, a couple days. And then it's like the first day of school, and he goes and he sits next to this girl, Selena, in class. And of course, Selena is the girl he's been conversing with. We know this, but they don't know this. So, yeah, I am having a good time with it. Selena has had a crush, when we were in her POV, she has had a crush on Hunter for a long time. So, yeah, I'm having a good time with it. Do I think it's going to be like the best thing ever? No, probably not, but I'm enjoying it. So I'm going to go so I can continue listening, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, good afternoon. I am 50% of the way through Worth Every Second by Jocelyn Soto, and still having the same issues with the male narrator, but it's fine. It'll all be fine. I'm enjoying the story, and the whole like hidden identity thing came out a lot earlier than I thought it would, like about the 50% mark, which makes me happy because hopefully that means there won't be some horrible third act conflict around that. So yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time, but I'm gonna go so I can continue listening, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Hello, I'm 75% of the way through Worth Every Second, and this book is sad. So you knew in the prologue that there was abuse. There was some sexual abuse going on. And in this last 25%, you learn exactly what had happened to Selena in the past and who had abused her and everything that happened. And the way that Hunter reacted was beautiful. Like, he just wants to he doesn't want to fix her. He wants to fix the parts of her that her awful cousins broke, the nasty things they said, the way that they treated her. He wants to fix that part and like make her realize that she is loved, and it's just absolutely beautiful, and I love it. It's so good. I'm still having the same issues with the audiobook, so I don't think it's going to be 5 stars just based off of that, but I'm having a great time with it. And yeah, I am going to go so I can continue listening, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello. I am here. I'm going to talk about Worth Every Second for a second, and then I'm going to wrap up this whole vlog. But I did finish Worth Every Second. I'm giving it 4 stars. The audiobook, probably not the way to go. I struggled with the male narrator the whole time. He was just not great. So, like, his female voice was so grating, and he was very enthusiastic at parts, like a little over the top enthusiastic. It was a little weird. It was a little much. But yeah, I'm giving it 4 stars. I had a good time with it. I think the story is very powerful, and I think it's definitely one that if you don't have problems with like sexual assault or anything like that, like it's definitely like a very powerful story, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, 4 stars. Now we're gonna go ahead and just go over what all of my points are for each book. So the first book I finished was Jade City by Fonda, and I read this black cover. It was 560 pages, so plus 20 points automatically there because the page count. Cover color 10 points, and then I did use this every single book I used for defending, so which is surprising. I thought at least a couple would be attack. At least this one would be attack, but no, it's defend. So multi-format because I read it and I listened. Even amount of letters in the title, 8 letters. It was a required read because I'm counting it as required because the library book was going back to the library and I needed to finish it. So plus any book that I put on my TBR is kind of required. Like when I buy it, I want to read it. I paid for it, this version, and it was a Cassidy fave because she gave it 4 stars. I looked on Goodreads. So it came out to a total of 47 points to defend Team Shadows. Then the next book was Blood Mercy by Vela Roth. This one I specifically read because it was a Cassidy fave. So 5 points for that. It was a required read because it was on my TBR. I played it. It was in my TBR game, my TBR Uno. So required read for that. I listened and I read along. So multi-format. I paid for the audiobook. So I paid for it, and Blood Mercy had 10 letters in the title, so even number of letters. And it was 767 pages, so 30 points there. Automatically positive points, and so it was a total of 47 points for Blood Mercy. Then we have Black Thorns. This one is a special edition. I paid for it. It is a popcorn read. It was new to my TBR because I read it. I added it to my TBR in February, and it was the final book in the series. So, and then it is a black cover. And it has a building on the cover. So 20 additional points for that. And it's 367 pages. So 10 points for that. So a total of 45 points. Then we had Blood and Steel by Helen Schurerer. This one was a Cassidy fave. She gave it 4 stars. Then it was a social media scroll because I was scrolling through Discord and Cassidy had added Discord is a social media forum. She had added a chat for it. So it became like a big buddy read on her Patreon, so I'm counting that. It was a popcorn read, very much so, like easy, just fun. Fantasy romance. Blood, Steel is 10 letters, so counting is even amount. It was new to my TBR because I hadn't thought about reading it until I saw it on Cassidy's Patreon. And then it is a school setting and it is a black cover. So that was, and it's 550 pages, which is 20 points. So it was a total of 57 points for Team Shadows. Then I read Serpentine Valentine specifically because it had a school setting, it had a building on the cover, and it was a black cover. So it hit all of the bonus prompts. So I had to get it in. And this one, I paid for the audiobook. The author uses a pseudonym because Giana is not her actual real name. It was a social scroll because I was scrolling through social media and I saw it and I knew I had to read it. It is a popcorn read. Very much so. It is heavy and dark, but it's still very popcorny. And it was new to my TBR because it came out in February and I've wanted to read it. So yeah. So that one was a total of 57 points. Then we had A Court This Cruel and Lovely by Stacia Stark. This one Cassidy gave 4 stars to, so it counts as a Cassidy fave. A required read because the audiobook was going back to the library, so I needed to get it done. Popcorn read, very much a popcorn read, like the epitome of a popcorn read. Even number of letters, 5, 6, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 22 letters, even number of letters, and I read it and listened along. And then the cover is black and it's 550 pages. So 20 points there, so a total of 46 points. Then I read Heavy is the Crown by J.A. George, and this one is new to my TBR because it just came out. It was a popcorn read, very easy to get through. It was a required read because it was an arc, so I have to get my review out for it. The author does use a pseudonym, and it is I consider arcs special editions because not everyone gets them, so yes. And then it is a black cover, so, and it's 366 pages, so 10 points there. So a total of 37 points. Not the best, but still had a good time with it. Then Worth Every Second by Jocelyn Soto, the final book that I read, was a special edition, again, because it is an arc, so I consider arcs to be special. A social media scroll because I was looking and it popped up on Forever and Always PR. which is how I got the book. It is a popcorn read, very much so, very easy to get through. New to TBR because I obviously just got the ARC, and then even number of letters in the title. And it's a black cover and a school setting, so that is great. And then it's 360 pages, so 10 additional points obviously there, for a total of 48 points. So in this vlog alone, which is not every book that I read this month, it is not every book that I read the second half of the month, so please do watch my wrap up. It totaled out to 384 points for the team of Shadows. So yeah, that is all I have for now. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me a black heart emoji, because so many black covers going on. And thank you, Cassidy, for a fantastic round of Realm-a-thon. I was less active this time around than I have been in the past. Like, I really wasn't on a lot of sprints or anything, but I still participated. I still read a lot. And thank you to Mel and Lexi for being amazing hosts of Team Shadows. And yeah, I had a great time, and I hope I helped my team out. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. It really helps me out. And I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye.